Let's go talk to him. What are you doing here?
He's doing his job. Don't worry about what he's doing.
I've got an exemption, dummy. I've got an exemption. And you're about to fuck up a federal investigation. Is that what you want?
Yeah, we can do that.
You can fuck up a federal investigation, yeah?
In the middle of our duty.
What's your name and your badge number now?
Trooper Via.
Trooper
Badge
Via?
number 10668.
10668.
Being pulled over right now.
I'm being pulled over and I'm detained.
Yes, I saw you exit the driver's seat of the vehicle and I can't see into the car.
With me today, I got Arizona Unfiltered. His link is in the description of this video. What we're going to do is we're going to review a recent BS arrest video that happened in Tucson, Arizona, about 2 weeks ago, approximately, maybe about a week ago. And the arrest was of pigs under pressure. To give you some context, what you're about to watch is he was on the way back to a job site that he works at. Notice the guy on the roof in the background at his construction site. And he noticed a traffic stop happening on the job site, went over to film it, adjacent to the job site, and went over to film it. The police wrapped up their traffic stop and came over to his parked vehicle, told him that he was pulled over, and then arrested him, put him in cuffs for a half an hour, and then let him go and issued him a no insurance citation. The reason for the pullover on a parked vehicle was a window tint. And as he was trying to get his medical exemption that was been verified through the DMV for the window tint, they didn't allow him enough time to do that and grabbed him and arrested him. And we're going to watch that video. So without further ado,
Your window tints too dark.
You didn't pull me over.
Yes, you are being pulled over.
I'm not pulled over.
Because you say so?
No, because you didn't pull me over. You were pulling another vehicle over. I've got it all on camera.
I'm telling you, you are.
You're going to lose your job over this, sir. That is identifying pursuant to ARS 13-2412, sir. Civil. So then, run the name I just gave you and give me the civil complaint, sir. I cannot reach for that with 3 armed thugs in front of me. I'm sorry, I'm not going to risk my life over a civil infraction, sir. Sir, I do not want to risk my life over a civil infraction. Hold that. Roll the windows up, son. Lock the doors now. Lock it now! Were you just coaching her to feel threatened?
Real quick, can you just move out of my workspace, please? I like to work out of my passenger door, okay?
I'll respect that. I'll back up a little bit. That's fine. Yeah. Why was you reckless driving for back there, brother? Over what? Why would you recklessly drive off the freeway like that? Over monetary gain? Is it over a monetary gain?
Okay.
What's that?
Don't stand behind me. I'm gonna let you record all you want. Okay, I'm on. You're on camera too.
That's fine. Yeah.
Just don't stand behind me. Alright? Officer safety. Okay?
I'm not worried about officer safety.
What you're capable of.
I don't know who you are and what you're capable of either, sir. You got to understand that. What I just seen back there was very aggressive driving over what? A traffic infraction?
Reaction.
You are giving me a reaction.
What you can and cannot do.
Your aggressive driving is why you're being filmed right now. So, and you can't depict or decide what I can and cannot do as long as I'm not breaking the law. Pretty good until this guy caught me off and spit a bunch of rocks in my face exiting the freeway like a psychopath. No, the officer. The officer's the one who did it. He came off of...
I wanted to pause this and bring something up. This officer that you see in front of you is the same officer that was involved in the tasing and beating of James Freeman. And so Pigs Under Pressure is talking to him right now without the realization that this is that specific officer. And he's about to bring up that incident where Pigs Under Pressure himself was beaten in the back of the head by this specific officer, along with a civilian that had started to engage him. And it was caught on camera. All the charges were dropped, but he doesn't realize that this is the same cop, and he's about to start talking about him in that incident. Watch his body language and how he shrugs when he realizes that he doesn't know who he's talking to, and then the games that they start playing after.
Well, I mean, those 3 bars say something. You know, Escoboza then, eh? I don't like that guy. So, I need his information. His,
You don't like Escoboza?
No.
Why not?
He beat me in the back of the head while I was on the ground.
When was this?
This was 2 years ago, 2020.
Out here?
Huh?
Out here?
Yep. Right on I-10, and now what's he doing now? What's he doing in my vehicle now? Let's go talk to him.
Don't get up on it.
What's that?
Get close.
Oh, well, he's right behind my... No, I'm going in the back of my truck. What are you doing here, sir?
Don't get up on him.
What are you doing here?
Doing his job. Don't worry about what he's doing.
I've got an exemption, dummy. I've got an exemption. And you're about to fuck up a federal investigation. Is that what you want?
Yeah, we can do that.
You can fuck up a federal investigation, yeah?
In the middle of our duty.
What's your name and your badge number now?
Trooper Via.
Trooper
Badge
Via?
number 10668.
10668. Is it in your policy to write it on a card or to provide me with a card?
It's not within policy, but I can.
Is it in your policy for him to provide it to me in his card? Okay, what's that badge number
You're
again?
getting pulled over right now.
I'm being pulled over and I'm detained.
Yes, I saw you exit the driver's seat of the vehicle, and I can't see into the car. Okay.
Yeah, and have an exemption. You see these? This is the exemption I'm talking about. It is to help protect the integrity of my skin after my face was burned off by sulfuric acid. Ultimately, it's going to be the reason I'm arrested. Burns?
Okay.
I have an exemption.
I'll
So,
just take a look at your paperwork.
no, you're not taking a look at anything. I'm not in my vehicle. It never happened. What?
He's pulling you over. You're going to provide driver's license, registration, insurance.
He did not pull me over.
Yeah.
Made contact.
You exited the driver's seat of the vehicle. I saw you, so you can't say that you weren't driving this
You
car.
told me this was your car.
So just provide me the documents, sir. Don't make this more difficult than it has to be.
So because you exited the freeway and spit rocks all over my windshield, trying to chase that car down, are you going to admit that or not? Did you just spit rocks all over my truck right now, exiting the freeway on a non-exit?
How am I supposed to know whether I spit rocks or not?
You exited the freeway over a gore area, through the gravel,
He
and
can do that.
over the hills.
If he wants to, he can do that.
And you can endanger the general public.
Can you let me talk?
Yes.
I also had my emergency equipment activated because I'm trying to catch a car that's going.
You actually didn't. You turned it on as soon as you got on the off-ramp. You went over all that stuff without your emergency equipment on, and I've got it on dash cam.
Okay.
So
Well, my mistake then. You're right.
that's not a mistake, sir. That's very dangerous. That is dangerous to the public safety. You are state trooper, a branch of the
I'm
Department of
giving
Public
you-
Safety.
I'm giving you the right. You're in the right. I'm in the wrong.
Okay, thank you.
Move on.
Thank you for that. Okay, then we can move on. Now, you can't create a crime off of you making that mistake.
License, registration, insurance. So you're being pulled over.
Give me the paperwork. Back up, back up. For my safety, I need you back up. I'm getting my paperwork out. I'm not going to reach in my glove box with you present with a weapon on you. Please back up so I can reach for my information.
Now I know there's more people in the car, right?
Please, can you roll the window up? No, not this, not this. No, I want the exemption for my neck. Give me the exemption.
need your license, registration, and insurance, and then the exemption.
For what is your reason for the pullover?
I'm pulling you over because your window turns too dark.
You didn't pull me over.
Yes, you are being pulled over.
I'm not pulled over.
Because you say so?
No, because you didn't pull me over. You were pulling another vehicle over. I've got it all on camera.
I'm telling you, you are.
You're going to lose your job over this, sir. You're going to lose your qualified immunity. How long you been on the force, man? I don't want to take your job from you. You look pretty young. Give me the exemption.
Sir, if you fail to identify yourself,
Give me the exemption.
you're going to go to jail. It's that simple.
Failure to identify. Okay. Arizona 13-2412. ROY. There's the identification pursuant to ARS 13-2412.
You're driving a car, though. I need to see your license.
So it's important to notice that the back history here as well. So this sergeant that's on scene knows who Roy is. Roy is pigs under pressure, by the way. Roy hasn't figured out who he is exactly yet, and the whole situation is predicated off of that. This young officer, who probably hasn't been on the force for more than 2 or 3 years, is being manipulated by these older officers to do what they say and just go along with the program because he doesn't know any better. And frankly, he probably hasn't been taught any better. But unfortunately, that's not how qualified immunity works, because qualified immunity is what a reasonable officer should know and do in a situation when conducting themselves in an authoritarian role. And when you operate outside of well-established laws and rules that any reasonable officer should know that's in the position of a police officer conducting traffic control, then your qualified immunity dissipates quickly. I mean, you can't argue that you didn't know that it's a moving violation and that they're on private property. Clearly, they are on private property. This is not public. This is private property, privately owned. They can't just pull them over, pull a parked vehicle over. I mean, it's insanity to think that they can do that. They might as well just start running around issuing window tint and cracked windows for every parked vehicle that you see. Why don't you do that?
I mean, fuck it. Let's just,
No, he
let's
just
just
said
open
identify.
car doors now too, and just rifle through their fucking stuff too while we're at it. I mean, it's
Why not?
fuck it.
I mean, look at this dude. He's been a cop for so long that he what is legal or lawful has no relevance to him. It's just what he says and what he thinks and what he feels, and then what his superiors will support him on.
I said in chat earlier that Sergeant looks like he used to move a lot of cocaine back in the 80s.
He might have, dude. Before body cams, before he had to be straight.
Right?
All right.
I'll identify myself with the driver's license.
You just said identified, and I identified.
I need to verify you have a driver's license, yes.
Sure. Let me see your driver's license, please.
Give me the information.
Let me provide driver's license, please.
Roll this window all the way down. If you guys would back away from me a little bit, I'd feel a little more comfortable to reach, because I don't want you thinking I'm reaching for a gun. I can reach for it if you back up a little bit. I have no problems doing that. You are doing this. You are making me under duress right now. I need to reach in there into a little sealed area, and I need to be away from you guys because I'm not reaching for anything with 3 armed thugs in front of me here. Give me the exemption. I need to reach in there, and I'm not going to do what you guys next to me. I don't want to get shot.
What are you reaching for?
What you're asking me for, sir?
Driver's license?
Identification, proof of insurance, registration.
Driver's license. That's what I want to see.
Pursuant to ARS 13-2412, I have to be in the commission of a crime, about to commit a crime, or have committed a crime in order to ID. If you guys are saying that I committed a crime, Roy, R-O-Y, that is identifying. Pursuant to ARS 13-2412,
It's
sir.
not a crime, it's a civil violation.
Civil. So then, run the name that I just gave you, and give me the civil complaint, sir.
Required to provide a driver's
I cannot reach for that with 3 armed thugs.
So just an idea I want to drop on the chat real quick before I start this again. When a police officer says that it's not a crime, it's a civil violation, what does that make you think of? Well, what you should really think of is that it's a civil lawsuit. They're asking for money and alleging that you did something. They're going to take you to court and make you go to trial and try to prove your innocence or not. But at the end of the day, it's a tiny little lawsuit that the state is filing against you. Just think about that. Civil. When you file a civil lawsuit against somebody, you're doing essentially the same thing, but on a bigger scale. Interesting.
Drugs in front of me. I'm sorry, I'm not going to risk my life over a civil infraction, sir.
Last time I'm gonna ask you.
Sir, I do not want to risk my life over a civil infraction.
So what's the thing is?
Hold that, hold that. Roll the windows up, son. Lock the doors now. Lock it now.
Your vehicle's gonna get towed.
Get in the driver's seat.
We gave you one.
Roll the window up now.
Told you actually
Roll the window up now.
Towed off private property. That's called theft without the owner's permission.
I need to reach for it, and I can't do it with you gentlemen behind me with armed.
I need to verify you have a driver license.
And
card.
I can
You're
give you,
required.
I can give you the ID. I can give you the whole damn shit.
I'm gonna give you one more check.
I'm illegally detained right now, sir. From this point on, I'm invoking the Fifth Amendment of the United States.
Piece of shit.
I cannot go any further without an attorney present, or I cannot answer any more questions. This is terrible. Sir. You just illegally detained, and now I'm going to jail over this. Over me just watching out for the public safety, sir. That's what I was just
Hey,
doing.
if you don't open the door,
Roll
you're
it up
gonna go to
now.
jail.
Roll it up now.
If you don't open the door, you're going to jail.
What do you mean? You're going to threaten my son now?
I'm towing the vehicle.
That's my son.
I'm towing the vehicle.
You cannot tow my
Yeah,
vehicle. What
if
are
you're
you?
going to jail, I'm going to tow the vehicle.
No, he's in possession of it. He's in possession of it.
I'm in possession now.
What? Is anybody else watching the same thing that I'm watching right now? He's on private property. He was filming a traffic stop. Those cops went from the traffic stop that they had lawfully committed over to a parked vehicle of the person recording him, claim he's being pulled over, demand all of his insurance, all of his paperwork. And then when he didn't get it fast enough and he's asking questions and trying to be safe, this cop puts him in handcuffs, tells him he's going to tow his car, threatens to break the window and rip his son out of the car, and then take him to jail for window tint on a parked vehicle on private property. I don't know if you realize how fucked up this is, but you should, because it's important. This kind of thing can happen to you anywhere you park. If you get an officer in Arizona, at least, that's got a chip on his shoulder. This dude obviously has a chip on his shoulder. This is Arnold Escoboza. Arnold Escoboza of the Arizona State Troopers, and he's a sergeant. So he's responsible for other younglings like this dude that's just going along with it and probably doesn't even realize how up he's making his own job right now. Do you have any
He's
input?
definitely a cop that never had a suspect fight back. No, like he's definitely one of them.
Well, I don't know. That's not true because a lot of older officers that I've ran into like this have had incidences throughout their career that have jaded them just like this. Just like this.
Yeah, maybe it's just been too long for him.
I don't know, dude. This is crazy the way they just think that I'm just going to steal your car and take you to jail. What? What? Anyway.
What is wrong with you, dude? You're a bad sergeant. You're a very bad sergeant, man. Look, I got you, man, and I got ID. I just need to reach in there. Go up the window.
Roll the window down. Let me talk to you for a second.
Let me just talk to you for a second. Roll the window down. It's okay. You can trust me. So you would abuse your authority if I exercise my right? Whatever. I don't personally care what you sentence me to. I'm appealing everything today, so it's going to freeze whatever you sentence me to, and we're just going to kick it to a higher court. Because clearly this one is corrupt.
They turning our communities to hot blocks. Yeah, they got Glocks, handcuffs, and badges. They swearing that they hot shots. They wanna lock us and throw away the stop. Watch, you know Direct D will show you how to cop. Watch, cop, watch. Record them when a cop stops. And ignore the pig chatter when a cop talks. You don't need a top-notch camera, just a cop watch. You gotta know your rights or you lose them. So we cop, watch.